live. From Shenton, West Virginia, here's your host, Scott Arnold.
Hello! I remember now why I played Mind Pilot at the beginning for the intro, because I had that set up for the last time when we had to reschedule the last time. I don't know what's going on with my microphone. They do something. The bass player has something similar to you guys, and I'd have to go back to the show and see what that was. It's Moog stuff, here and there. And his pedal board's freaking crazy, and I'm gonna have them on again here pretty soon. They're getting ready to put some new stuff out. So anyway, the Phantom Eye is with me from Brooklyn tonight. Welcome, guys. It's so nice to have you.
So
hi.
And Mark is back. Mark is back from Austin. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Mark? You doing good?
Howdy, y'all.
Jeez. I had a great band from Poland on Monday, and fantastic guys. Down to the Heaven is their name, and they do a lot of symphony work and synths, and it's like I call it symphonic metalcore. I kind of made that up, for that show.
That sounds cool.
That's all I can come up with, but it's badass. Check them out when you get a chance. And that was the first time Poland's been represented. That was the 28th country I've done. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Nuts.
Wow. 28.
28, yes.
I love Decapitated. I don't know much else from Poland.
Yeah,
now.
they did mention that. They did mention Decapitated. And there's another band.
Behemoth?
Behemoth. They did mention
They're
that.
Polish? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they mentioned. Well, tell me about the Phantom Eye. I've had a lot of time to listen and research a little bit, but I didn't want to go too deep, because I wanted to ask you on the show here. But tell me a little bit about you guys. How did you form, and where did this idea come from? Things like that.
Sure. So I'll start because Pete came a little later, but Larry, the drummer, who's not here tonight, but I think you emailed with him a little bit, but he had a place in Midwood in Brooklyn, and he had his grandfather left him an old Fender Rhodes, which I have one here.
Yeah, that's badass.
He's got a different model that has more of a low end, like an extra octave low end. And he was jamming with my buddy Andy Lewis, who helped write our first EP. Great guitar player, and he actually just got done with PA school, so he's like taking care of people now. So shout out to Andy, love that guy.
Shout out. Yes.
But yeah. So Andy was like, "Yo, I got a friend that plays Rhodes. I'll see if he wants to come jam." And then Andy hit me up and was like, "Yo, there's this crazy dude in Brooklyn with a huge house and a basement with a Rhodes. You should come jam." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then we just kind of kept, once a week or a couple times a month, we'd get together and just, hit the vape, and then Larry would grill some steaks or something crazy, and then we just jam out. And
I mean, there was like no weed involved or beer or anything. It was just like vapes and steaks.
No, tons of weed.
Okay,
tons of weed, and some wine, a little bit of wine and beer at the time.
Classy, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're fancy boys.
Or was it boxed wine? I used to drink that stuff.
Yeah, right?
Out of the box.
Franzia.
Yeah. I didn't like Franzia. I didn't like Franzia. Vela is what I like. That was the good shit.
Oh, okay.
Vela White Zinfandel. Ugh. Make me vomit now. But I used to drink
like the one called Evan Williams.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Mr. Williams. Yeah. Well, that's Mark's last name. That's Mark's uncle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 11.
Oh, Uncle Evan.
Oh, but before I forget, this is Robert Plant. And what was the other reference he made?
Robert Palmer.
Yeah, Robert Palmer. Yeah. So this is Robert.
Palm. He said it's a palm.
This is a new edition. I figured I'd get something, living in here. I don't know. I give to the Arbor Day every year. I've done it for 15 years or something like that. And so they do every time you renew your subscription or your membership every year, they have an offer in their store. They have trees and all kinds of shit. So I was like, I need something that my cat, if he eats it, he won't die. I don't have to keep stuff around it. So parlor palm. So I'll kind of let's see. There, yeah, it's only that
there
big.
You go.
It'll get bigger. It's just a baby. It's Bobby. It's Bobby right now.
Bobby, yeah. Bobby.
There's several people in the chat here, and the Phantom Eye's in the chat. I know them. But no, Pete joined really early in the chat, like before anybody was even on here. It was just, or no, actually no, that was Phil. Phil was in here.
What's up, Phil?
Phil said, "Hey Rob, can you address the Buck Johnson Aerosmith vibe I pick up on the keys? Where does this come from?" So I guess we'll start with that question.
Sure, and I'll answer it as diplomatically as possible.
All right.
I'm actually shocked to hear that because I would not put them in the top 5 influences at all.
No?
And I don't even think of them as like a keyboard band, really.
Yeah, but if I scroll down though, it says, where is it? Yeah, Peter Brown says Rob has always loved Aerosmith, like with an insane passion. So like, I don't know. It just sounds like you're not
I am
telling the
passionate.
whole truth.
I will say that I am passionate about Aerosmith.
Yeah, how passionate? Like insane passion?
Yes, fiery passion.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even think of them as like a synthesizer band. I think of them as
Do
like
they have a keyboardist?
I don't think they
apparently,
do. Maybe just in the studio, right?
Maybe
Are they
yeah.
are they still even together? Are they still?
Yeah,
they're alive, aren't they?
Yes, Jimi Hendrix is dead, but we got 40 Aerosmith albums.
Yeah, and Metallica's still kicking. Spin
Yeah.
Doctor just released a new one. That's crazy too. Oh, I know a guy. His last name's Aerosmith. Like it's not spelled the same. It's spelled like the Indians would spell it. His name's BJ Aerosmith, and I met him at this party. And he said he uses it all the time for like restaurant reservations and stuff. And people, I don't know why people would think that anybody's last name is Aerosmith that's in that band. I don't think they are they? No. I don't even know where they got the name. I really, it's whatever. But yeah, he uses it all the time, and I would too. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
That's what your name is, so it's not like you're lying to them. Yes,
sure.
But he gets to the front of the line, like to fancy restaurants all the time, because he's Aerosmith,
Well, shout out to
would
Mr.
like a
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith would like a table tonight. Oh, we don't have any table. Oh, Aerosmith, okay. And he gets in. What's
They tie a bunch of handkerchiefs to his chair when he sits down.
I don't know. I didn't get that deep into a conversation with him, honestly. I was in awe of his last name. He gave his number on a plate. I don't know why. I was doing a podcast up at these people's house, and he was one of the friends of them, and I was meeting him outside. I met him outside when I was smoking, and I was like, "Well, write your number down. I'd love to have you on the show just to jump in for a minute and tell us all about yourself." And but I still have the plate over there, so I'll grab it later. But yeah, he wrote his number on the back of a plate, and I still have it. I should stick it on the wall. That's like merch,
we should let me after this. You should send me your address. I'll send you some stickers.
Yes, I have a whole freaking a lot of drum heads up here that have stickers all over them.
Nice. Yeah, I'll send you a couple.
All over them. I just got some stickers from another buddy of mine that was a guest previously over in London. He is a co-host quite a bit now, especially when I have European bands on. He sent me a lot of stickers for like I guess he wants me to put them on like guardrails and shit up here, but. He made this design on the InShot program, which is what I use for video clips and things. But he goes by Flamboyant Bone. But I gotta post that to I gotta post the video about putting that up on the thing. Put stickers up there. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I got some stuff here too, but I'll show you. I'll show you later. I talk like that sometimes, and it's kind of annoying, but get over it. Dave Novelli says 311 is a good band. Yes or no?
I was a big fan in middle school.
I like them.
I had Grassroots and Music on CD.
Yeah, the one with the fire on it. I guess it's a self-title album. I have that.
Is that self-title?
The one all mixed up on it,
really
and down
into.
and all that stuff. I had that one memorized for the most
I
part.
thought that was Transistor, but I could be mixing up my 311.
I think Transistor was after that album. I don't know. Somebody get on the discography and look it up.
I'm
Why are we
literally
guessing?
pulling it up right now. I should memorize it. My
Why
friends
are
will
we
be mad at
guessing?
me for.
There's
not
so many
knowing this
questions.
information.
Calm down with your questions. We have an hour, okay?
Take it easy, boys.
Jeff Laughlin says, "When man dies, we become wolves again." Rob, do you agree? Why are all these? Peter's probably feels out of place here, and Mark, and I feel out of place. Ask me a damn question. Why does
For
Rob
real.
get all of them, or should I be directing
just-
all of them to Rob tonight? Maybe they're trying to tell me something. I don't know, kids. Peter, are you related to Peter Brown?
No, I'm not.
I guess it'd be the other way around. If you would also be Peter Brown, that would be that question. But I had to ask. Two Peters in the
It's a
room.
fair question.
There's two Peters in here.
Are you a huge fan of the young ones, or are you a casual fan?
Oh no, I'm a huge fan. Huge
It's a
fan.
great show. It's a great show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I really loved that whole thing, and Filthy Rich and Cat Flap and Bottom and stuff like that.
Cat Flap?
Filthy Rich and Cat Flap. It was like an offshoot. It was Rick Mayall and Adrian Edmondson from the Young Ones.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Do you know who
It's
the
comedy.
Dead Boys are? The Dead Boys? Do you know who that is?
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
no idea who that is, and my buddy makes fun of me all the time.
I just really good punk rock
I
band.
still sing the Dr. Martin's Boots song constantly, and literally nobody knows what I'm talking about. So everyone looks at me like I'm
Dr.
absolutely
Martin's
nuts.
Boots.
But you're in Austin, Texas, and like it doesn't like it's like the capital, of, like the music capital of the world, isn't it?
Boots. Yeah, and of boots.
And of boots, yeah. So you would think that somebody on the street you should just
Yeah.
bellow out in the middle of the street in the middle of
My
Boston.
buddy will get a new pair of boots, and I'm like, "All right, Boots, do your stuff." And then he's like, "Get the fuck out of my house."
That's great. Can you like video that next time you do it? I would love to. I would share it for sure. There's all kinds of stuff going on in here. There's so many Murphys. My cat's name's Murphy, and he's not in the chat. Strange.
So you're in West Virginia,
Oh, wait.
is that right?
I am in West Virginia. Yes. It's the home
Yes,
of
by God.
the home of the pepperoni roll, and we're the last on the list for everything.
I just watched a movie about West Virginia that I thought was great, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What was it?
Matawan?
Oh, Matewan, yeah.
Matewan, yeah. It was
Or
about
Matawan.
the-
Matawan could be like the French way to say it or something.
Yeah, I think that's how they said it in the movie. But it takes place in like
Really?
the 20s when there was like a riot, not a riot, but a gun shootout between the miners and
We have this
their
all the time,
bosses,
yeah.
basically. It's so insane.
All
Yeah,
the
that
time.
was that was the oh shit. I didn't know we were doing history tonight, or I would have been prepared. It's on the tip of my tongue. Somebody in the chat. Well, they're probably not from here, so Hatfield McCoy's. Was
Oh,
it that?
yeah.
Was it
Yeah,
that
one of the
feud? Apparently, that's
yeah.
still ongoing between the descendants of that. You know, okay,
Yeah.
I live in the upper part of the state, so okay, this is
Okay.
the best. This is the best way I can describe it. Okay, West Virginia looks like this, or okay, we call it the "fuck you" state, and there's actually T-shirts you can buy with the state outline around a middle finger. Okay, I live up. I don't know how it would be on your. I live up here. Matewan's like down here with Logan.
Yeah, it's in the
and
corner there, yeah.
the southern coal fields. You don't want to
Yeah.
go down there if you're not from there. Basically, it's
I
just
believe you.
not. It's not like it's not. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be safe, but it's not like gangs and shit. But it's like if they don't know who you are, they're gonna either fuck with you or really fuck with you. You know, it's
I
like
mean-
when it's like what was that movie that that was based on something in West Virginia? Wrong Turn. Do you see any of those?
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that was West
It's
Virginia.
kind of like that though, but like
Yeah.
it's definitely. I mean, it's not like that up in the northern part where I live. It's not really
Mm-hmm.
that I know. I mean, there's backwoods people that don't have teeth and or
You got
shit.
Jessica White.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jessica
yeah,
White.
the
Mhm.
Dancing Outlaw.
And what was it? Hank the Third was they found him dead in his car in southern West Virginia. There's actually
He's dead?
or maybe it's one of the Hanks. I don't know. There's how many Hanks are there?
Hank won, maybe.
Was it Hank 1?
Yeah, I was going
Might
to
have
say
been.
Hank 3 is.
It
He's
might have
still
been
Hank 3's
around.
still kicking, yeah.
Yeah, Hank 3.
and
Yeah,
4 are
yeah,
still
I-
around.
yeah. I should have just said Hank. Everybody knows what you're talking about. You know?
Hank's dead.
Well, the one that they found in his car dead or whatever.
that's Hank
that
one,
was
yeah.
that was in like Beckley or around between Fayetteville and Beckley, and I travel that road quite a bit when I go south, and there's a sign on the side of it. It's like Hank Boulevard or something. Why would you name the road
Oh, wow.
after him? He's found dead there, But that's what we do.
Yeah.
We do things like that.
Come and see where the body of Hank Williams was.
I mean, we're getting out of hand in West Virginia with monsters like Bigfoot style monster lore like that. We're getting really out of hand with it around here, and it's kind of pissed me off. So because it's getting closer to here, and I'll tell you, I'll end up with that. So Bigfoot, yeah, Bigfoot's everywhere. Bigfoot's probably real. I don't really care if he is, but he's always in that stance. He's always. When he's caught on camera, he's always in the stance. And he's blurry. He's blurry as shit. But there's a thing in Flatwoods. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly like that. That's exactly how he looks. That's the official logo. That cat makes all kinds of money, all kinds of money. No, but there's a thing down in so right before you get to Beckley and Somersville, there's a little town called Flatwoods, and there's a thing called the Flatwoods Monster, and it doesn't look very like it could be real to me. And then there's Mothman. I'm sure you've heard that Mothman was big in the, like movies and shit. That's here.
Yeah.
Well, there's a town called Grafton. My girlfriend's from Grafton. She's in the other room, but she's from Grafton, and it's like 15 minutes to the east. And now we have the Grafton Monster. When's it going to end? And now there's a festival that they hold. We don't need a festival. I just want to see the damn thing.
Couldn't they all just be the same monster, just like seasonally?
They pretty much look like all the same, except for the Mothman has the wings and shit. But
right.
But
I think you need to call Fox Mulder to look into it for you.
The
Sounds like an
Flatwoods
X-File.
Monster is like, I think, in the Grafton Monster are basically, I think it's called Grafton Monster. I'm pretty sure. I mean, what else would it be called? The Grafton Bigfoot? But yeah, it's like next year they'll come up with a different one. They'll just name a random town and be like, "There's a monster. I saw it, and it looks like this." And so they'll have like a third grader draw it. That's what it looks like, all those drawings. But there's museums. They have the Mothman Museum, which I guess they should because of the movie and stuff. But they have the Flatwoods Monster Museum, and I'm sure there's one in Grafton, or will be one. How about a music venue? Can we make a music venue also? Because we need some of those around here. You guys are in Brooklyn, so I'm sure there's a crap ton of venues up there. Tell me, I've never been to Brooklyn. I've never been to New York City. I've been through Newark on a plane. I could see the city on liftoff, But tell me a little bit about the scene around in Brooklyn, and what did you say?
As I went to Buffalo once.
I've seen Buffalo on my way to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is awesome.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's really
That's
cold.
what I was doing. Yeah, Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is pretty cool. I didn't try to go over it though. I hear a lot of people try to attempt it.
Hell no.
It looks exciting.
Barrels.
Yeah, barrels. Barrels of fun. It's barrels of fun. But tell me a little bit about the scene. I guess maybe around your neighborhood. I know Brooklyn's a big place, but maybe around where you guys maybe go and watch bands and local bands and things like that.
Yeah, Pete, you should talk about. You've been in the scene for your whole life, so you should.
Yeah, here's the thing. Manhattan, when I was coming up, making my fucking way, everything was in Manhattan. All the venues were there. And then all of a sudden they just started dying out. And then they all became in Brooklyn. And now it's Brooklyn and Queens. Gotcha. So then there's fucking venues popping up all over the place now. Like all over, especially like my neighborhood is becoming like a new Williamsburg, where
is Long Island the same? Is it in that same general area too?
No, where the Queens leads out to Long Island, I believe. So
I know God's Eyes is a really good band. I just saw them up in Erie.
Oh, I know those dudes. Yeah,
you know them? Yes.
I know those dudes.
Awesome. They should be on soon. I've been bugging the crap out of them, and I just saw them. So
they're fucking rad.
They are very good live. Very good live band.
Definitely.
So
there's actually a little bit of there's like a black hole in New York right now because with our kind of music, we had St. Vitus forever, but it got shut down by the city, I guess last year now.
Why?
Something to do with the some kind of fire code or occupancy.
I thought you were going to say COVID.
Something with
they can't blame
something
it on
with
that
occupancy certificate or something that they have to get from the city, and who knows? Maybe they didn't grease the right palms, but it's gone. And then the kind of the fallback venue of Kingsland, that was kind of like if Spitus is booked, you go to Kingsland, that's also gone. So there's kind of like a black hole right now where there's like these kind of smaller venues are popping up and none of them are really quite, in my opinion,
they don't have that niche yet of people and history. Now,
so
during
kind of
COVID,
without a country.
I assume during COVID, a lot of smaller clubs and stuff didn't make it through, and they had to, they shut down. I'm sure that Pittsburgh's about like an hour and a half from here, 2 hours, something like that. And I'm up there all the time, and there was a lot of places that made it that you wouldn't think that did. And then there was one that closed down fairly recently within the past year called Club Cafe, and it's like, I mean, it's, if you know anything about Pittsburgh, you know about Club Cafe. It's very small in there, but like that's some bands got their start there, like big bands, but somebody just bought it and they're bringing it back. So like it's one of those places that's like it's never going to go away. I knew that was going to happen. It was a matter of time before somebody would buy it. But it's not like elaborate. It's not beautiful inside. I'm sure they'll renovate a little bit, but like it's very small. but it's just it's Club Cafe. You know, it's like I've never eaten there. I don't even know if they have food, but it's Club Cafe. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's one of those places. But yeah, it's just I like places. I like seeing concerts in places like that over an arena any day.
Oh,
You know?
absolutely.
Agreed.
I want to be able to talk to the band at the merch table when they're done.
Yeah.
You know, or beforehand. You know, there's no chance to ever. I mean, I love seeing band like Perfect Circle is my favorite band of all time, and I've seen them like 3 times. And no, there was no chance in hell that Maynard was going to come to the merch table. That would have been badass,
Yeah.
but you know, or any of them. So like that was fine. You know, I'll still go, but like you know, these people that just go to arena concerts all the time, and you're standing way in the back, or you're in the pit, and you're getting your jaw knocked into, and you know, it's not fun. I'd rather kick somebody's ass in a little place, you know.
And they never sound good, arenas. They always sound like flat and like there's no stereo or anything.
And, I mean,
and
you're
like,
like the first time I saw Perfect Circle was in Pittsburgh, and it was way in the back, like at this huge stadium, and
yeah.
just the screens were even. They had those giant like jumbotrons on each side of the thing, but I could do that at home, you know. Well, not with a jumbotron, but you know what I mean. Like I can watch it at home. Like I'm there. I want to,
Sure.
you know, I want to give them a hug. You guys are doing a really good job.
And what's that streaming service they have for concerts now? I forgot the name of it.
Sort
I
of
did
the
too.
V.
I saw the King Crimson dudes were doing some shows. They were playing some. It was like Adrian Belew was playing with like classic King Crimson albums or something like that.
Veeps.
Huh?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Veeps.
Yeah.
Veeps.
And honestly, like I've also been to, you know, like arena shows, and I would rather sit on my couch and watch it on Veeps. I would see more.
Or YouTube or something. Yeah, I would much rather.
Probably had better audio.
Yeah, and nobody's bugging you either, you know? And you can pause it anytime you want to.
And there's always that one person standing up in front of you, you know, and it's like, come on.
Doing this, and you watching the concert through their phone.
Yeah.
I do that,
the
though.
worst.
I'm the media, so I have to do that, you know?
Right. Not the whole time though.
She gets you
No,
on
actually,
the,
I got
like
called
a
out.
fedora with a little
I got
crest.
called out. On the 200th show, I had Dan Skiz. He's the newest guitar player for Power Man 5000. And of course, I grew up with that band. You know, that band's awesome.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yes, and actually, on Sega Dreamcast. That's where I played that. Yeah, but so they played in Pittsburgh. It wasn't a big arena, but it was a craft house is where they played. So it was a nice stage. So I'm standing there and I'm filming like not everything, but basically everything. You know, just like my favorite songs, kind of deal. And I know Dan put me up to this because I asked him if I could possibly get Spider, you know, just say hello to him or something, you know, just. He's like, yeah, probably not. He doesn't. He's married and has kids and shit now, and he just doesn't really, you know. So,
What a nerd.
I know he put me up to this, but freaking Spider looked right at me, and he goes, "Dude, just put it down. Enjoy yourself, like in front of everybody. Embarrass the shit out of me, you know." I'm like, who? Who's he talking to? You know.
Yeah, I just saw Nick Cave a couple weeks ago. My buddy Jeff took me. Thanks, Jeff.
Oh, wow.
He's one of my all-time. I love Nick Cave to death, but. And I've seen him a couple times, but at one point he was like, "Put your fucking phone away."
And you look around like, who's got their phone?
Put your phone away.
Who's got their phone?
Yeah, he was great, as always.
Yeah, he looked right at me. I didn't get it. Like I didn't have my phone up. It wasn't recording or something when I had it because I had my gimbal and everything. You know, I was wanting to. You know, I had Dan on the show, so I wanted to. You know, show a little bit of that. He called my, and I had fun. I did put it down, and I did have fun. So yeah, he was right. You were right, Spider. Now come on the show and let's talk about it. You know, doubt it's going to happen. Okay, let's. I want to go ahead and listen to one of your songs. I'm sure that some people that normally watch the show are watching, and they have no idea what we're talking about with your music, and they definitely need to hear it because it's badass. Out of the 2 songs that we picked to feature, I'll let you guys pick which one to play first: is Circuit Rider or Silent Symphony. Which one would you
Let's
guys?
do Circuit Rider. It's short and sweet.
Okay. What do you want to say about this before we listen to it?
It's in an odd time signature, which I think is cool.
Which time signature? Do you know?
I think
it's 5. I think it's
5 and 7.
Yeah, 5 and 7.
Okay.
And this one was cool. I came up with like the kind of the main lead riff, and then Pete took it, and as Pete always does, comes up with the earworms on top of it. Always comes up with great vocal melodies that I could never even think of. But it's Rhodes piano as the kind of bass and kind of driving riff, and then Pete shredding the guitar and the vocals. And I think I'm seeing it a little bit on this track too, doing some backup vocals. And then Larry's just beating the shit out of those drums as always, holding down the groove. Yeah, and let's see what else. We recorded it with Justin Mantooth in Brooklyn at Studio G. He's done all of our tracks so far. He's done a great job. And we also shot a video for this with our friend Susan. Sigma Films is her.
Sigma,
Yeah,
Nice.
Sigma Films is her production company. She did a really rad job. I think
One
it's a
thing I
great
don't
video.
do is I don't go watch videos before I have the guest on, so I'll go after. I'll go watch.
Right
after.
on.
So-
Well, yeah, we have
Yeah,
on our
please.
YouTube channel. We have video for every song at this point.
Oh yeah.
And there's some live clips, and we can talk a little bit more about our live show. But
Sure.
anything else you want to add, Pete, or we can just get right into it?
Please get right into it.
All right, Mark. Did you get a chance to listen to any of these before?
Not these
Yeah.
two songs. I listened to, Palindrome,
Mhm.
and I can't remember the name of the other one off the top of my head.
The one that starts with
Good
a
choice.
C is the one I like.
Chronesthesia.
Yes, I like that one.
That's
I
the
mean,
instrumental track.
I like them all. I like them all. But that.
Yeah,
that's
everything
favorite.
I heard was really good. So
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right, here is the Phantom Eye with Circuit Rider.
The philosophy of how it's supposed to be.
That's the stuff. Mark, I'll let you take it.
Yeah, I really like that. That was I had a question. So the other song that I listened to prior was Black Hotel.
Okay.
I looked it up. So I don't want to insult anybody by saying this, but I detected a little bit of maybe some Stained, like especially like the vocal harmonies and how they're recorded and how it plays out.
I can hear that.
Not necessarily y'all sound like Stained, but there's just like, you know, it's a pleasant thing. I don't hate Stained.
I like old Stained, the old Stained.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Right.
I don't know of any. In particular, it's that song "So Far Away."
Mm-hmm.
The way the vocal harmonies are on that, you know, it kind of reminds me of that, but in a really good way.
Thank you. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
And I like that time signature that you can still bob your head to it, even though it's, you know, off time or, you know, not.
Well, yeah, I guess for normal people, normal folks, you know,
Yeah.
if something's not in 4/4, they're lost, you know, and it's like,
Right.
not that
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, if it doesn't groove, I don't want to play it. You know, like if you
It's
can't-
very,
can't
and
headbang
this
to it.
isn't a knock on you guys either. Like nothing we say is you know, I guess we're being as honest as we can. It's very shoegazy, but it's not
yeah.
over the top. You know, I like me some shoegaze. I do.
yeah,
but-
we're big fans.
It's got that in there, but it doesn't stay in there. It's what is it? Intertwined with all this other stuff. There's so much going on in there, but it's not too much. Also, you know, and I don't know. It's very the melodies and the harmonies and stuff. What Mark's saying, that all of that stuff happening, and you know, leading up to every show, I never listened to any of the songs with these on. I always listen in my truck or just in the living room or just doing stuff, and I really get the feel of it on the show, you know, and because you can hear things that you don't hear on the speakers, and they're there, you know. It's just for, you know, they're there, but listening to it on here is just a whole nother world, and it's just like, oh wow, you know, like
It makes me so happy to hear you say that, man.
Yeah,
Like,
for
just
sure.
To be able to have that, you know,
Yeah.
share that experience with you is really awesome. And you should check out like with the headphones, because this song is one of the few that it's only three of us, just me, Pete, and Larry. Most of the songs have our friend Rick Bader playing synthesizer. Not most of them, a lot of them have Rick Bader playing synthesizer on it. And that's got another whole layer of just like stuff swirling around your head, and it's just crazy psychedelic.
So Pete, are
sounds.
you the main vocalist in this?
No, I'm just the vocalist, and so is Rob. You know,
Okay. So you're both kind of.
Yeah, we share. Yeah, we definitely share stuff.
That's
Pete,
cool.
Pete does the lion's share of the singing though, but
Yeah.
there's at least one song where I'm singing some lead.
Yeah,
But
I love it. It's different.
yeah.
And I do tend to say that a lot on the show, but it's true. You know, I mean, I'm not just saying that just to say it. It's different. I haven't heard anything like it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to pinpoint, and that's why I was like, maybe some Stained vocal harmony was, because I couldn't tell you a different band that sounds like that.
Sounds like Chili
You know?
Peppers, but that would be lying, you know, because it sounds.
Uh-huh.
They wish, you know.
It's like a shoegaze Beach Boys if
I always describe, people ask us what we sound like. I always say it's three metal dudes trying their hardest not to play metal and not always succeeding.
Yeah.
In your bio, I was looking at here, and the last sentence in it is the best out of the whole bio. I don't know why, but I was drawn to that last sentence. Guitars oscillate between spacey and heavy, the drums between ghosting and hammering, while the Rhodes holds down the low end. That's what you hear. That's what you're hearing, and that's the experience.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of
Badass.
based on a lot of the stuff's just based on like me and Larry being in a room together jamming and coming up with like groovy bass lines with groovy drums. And then, you know, Pete will come in and be like, oh, we can play a chorus like this that'll match with that, or Pete will come in with a fully formed song and me and Larry will beat it up and toss it around. And
Okay, here's a fun question. I'm sure this has happened, but maybe not. Has it ever happened when you're writing something, you know, something new, and somebody brings the idea to the table and it just sucks, but you don't want to say it. You don't want to say it. You want to kind of go. You want to try with them, but it never made it anywhere. Or maybe it did. Maybe it came around to you at some point. Has anything like that happened? I'm sure it's happened at some point. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I will say we have a lot of songs that we threw away. I'm always about like, let's try stuff, and like, if you think there's something good in here, let's work it out until we can get the best thing out of it. Because sometimes an idea starts really small, and then this whole other thing comes out. You may not have liked what you started with, but what you end up with, you never would have gotten it otherwise. So I think it's important to experiment and try to push ideas as far as they can go before you give up on them.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pete feels the same way.
Oh, we have a song that we actually chopped up that we had recorded for the last EP, and I hated it. And I just only liked one part. I fell in love with one part of the song, but the rest of the song I just fucking hated. So like I took it and I was like, no, we're not putting this one out. But I took that part and I dissected it and I wrote around it, and now I've turned it into something that's usable. I don't fucking hate it.
It's good.
That I don't hate.
Yeah. Okay.
There was 2 more tracks we didn't finish or didn't release with the last EP.
Will they be released at some point?
I mean, one of them, people just saying we kind of just destroyed it and rebuilt it, and then the other one, I'm sure we're going to revisit at some point.
Does it sound like Aerosmith or 311 or anything?
we did call it the Yacht Rock song because I was playing a lot of Mellotron on it, but
yeah.
There was I had a band on last week called A Separate Piece, and their bass player is a fairly new bass player, and he was a guitar player, and they needed a bass player, so they asked him if he would learn it, and he did. He's doing a good job. Well, they came up with this riff. It was da 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 da, and he could not, for some reason, he could not get that down on the bass. So one of the guys said, just put this in your mind. 48 bitches are in my car. Now there's a song called 48 Bitches, and it's badass. It's my favorite song that they do. And it's only a minute long. It's only a minute long because that's pretty much all you can stand of it. But like, it's just, yes, like, it's like 48 bitches are in my car. I mean, yeah, the whole crowd's like singing it because I watched one of their live videos. I was like, that's terrific. And it's just based on writing a song, like that's how it became 48. And then we talked about, well, maybe what about 48 puppies? Or 40, there's several different things. 48 you could have. 48 states? Well, if there weren't others.
I guess it works. Yeah, syllables work.
Syllables. Syllables. That'd be a cool name for a band. So, the Syllables. Imagine saying that a lot, but really fast.
It sounds like a 60s doo-wop band or something. The Syllables.
Yes, that sounds like Aerosmith. In a way. Okay, we're getting on. Who's Plague of Locust? Anybody know who Plague of Locust is?
Plague of Locust.
Yeah, it's badass.
That's Larry's old band.
Rob, didn't you get a scarf from eBay that Steven Tyler wore during a video shoot?
No, my 40th birthday is coming up, so
maybe you're going to get one.
Now's the time.
We're looking out for it. Dave Novelli thinks that you sound like 311. I think that's what he's saying.
Thanks, Dave. Keeping it irie.
Dave seems like he's the comedic type of the friends, or is he in a band also? Can we make fun of his band? He's
a saxophone player.
Ooh, a saxophone player. I've never had a saxophone player on the show. I've had a violinist, sort of. He was in the band, the country band that I had on. Does he play solo?
That's
like
a fiddle.
Kenny G? Does he do like Kenny G style solo work, or does he have a ska band that he's in? Is he in like the Boston style band?
He's a big ska guy for sure. He lives in San Diego too, which I feel like is the ska capital of the world. I know I could be wrong, but just in my brain, that's I don't know.
I know one band in San Diego. They're called The Undertaking.
Hot
and
Snakes.
I'm the only one that says that. They just toured with God's Eyes around the Northeast. But
Hot Snakes is from San Diego. Those guys kick ass.
God Snakes?
Hot Snakes.
Drive like Jehu.
Is it like
Hot Snakes?
Hot chicks?
Like Hot Snakes?
Quite the opposite.
Is Drive Like Jehu still around?
No, but
not anymore.
They split into Rockets from the Crypt and Hot Snakes. And Hot Snakes I love them.
Yeah.
But the main guy passed away recently, R.I.P. Yeah. But if you guys haven't heard him, Hot Snakes, ripping band.
Some of these questions I'm gonna save for the offstage segment because they're very offstage kind of questions. So, not forgetting about you in the chat. And I don't know what's up with Valen Murphy and the alien skulls, but quit it.
That's my love, Valen Murphy. She also does a lot
she's about to get kicked out. Mark Kickrap. Mark's
No, leave her in. She's my biggest supporter.
What are you?
She makes a lot of art for us too, which is great.
She makes our art.
Moderator.
Yeah,
Moderator. That's what I was going.
she's a great artist, and I love her to death.
I need some artwork done.
You should talk to her.
Yeah.
I got this is my newest tattoo, and it's the camera's weird on here, but it's like a weather guy. This is a sigil. It's sideways, but it's a sigil. There's a very good band that I know out of Pittsburgh called Dream the Heavy. You guys probably like them. They're really it's different. It's different stuff. But TK, the lead singer, drew that, so I got a tattoo of it because I thought it was badass.
That's fucking.
And
cool.
I'm a super fan. Okay. I don't want to run out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and listen to Silent Symphony, and then we'll do the offstage segment. You're going to love it. It's so much fun, and when we already have some qualifying questions in the chat.
All right.
But
This
what
track's
can
a
you tell
little
us
longer.
about Silent Symphony before we listen to it? Anybody?
You can start.
Yeah.
Feel like I've been talking too much.
No. You're good. It's shit. It took a bit to make this, and it was probably the most different out of anything that we've ever done before. And it kind of borders on, like, in my mind, it borders on like pop, almost like modern pop, especially with the time signature and the way it flows. Yeah.
Yeah, it originally was inspired by a Leonard Cohen song, and we called it the Cohen song forever because I'm a huge Leonard Cohen fan.
Which song?
Silent
Avalanche.
Symphony.
But our song
Avalanche.
is Silent Symphony, but Avalanche, the Leonard Cohen song.
Yeah,
Which I
Songs
think
of
is-
Love and Hate's my favorite album.
Oh, it's such a good record, man.
I meant to
if anybody
ask you
has
what
it-
the lyrics are about in Circuit Rider.
They're about probably just about like a anti-religion,
I was
like
thinking religion of some sort. Yes.
yeah, I grew up, I'm a preacher's kid.
Nice.
And
So you're the Hellion. Right?
yeah, totally. And like my pop passed away, and after that I had a lot of like existential shit going on in my brain, and it was around the time I wrote those lyrics for it. So
They're very good lyrics. I really was drawn to them, and I was trying to figure out, okay, I was trying to figure out, but then, if I wasn't doing the show, to be able to ask you, you would draw your own conclusion, and how does it affect, that's why we write songs, that's why we write them the way we write them, because it's not meant to say every specific detail about what you're thinking. Some people do, they really do, but it's enough to just draw your, how do you relate to that, But you were coming on the show, so I figured I'd ask you.
yeah. it's
So
just
what is
a
Silent
thing.
Symphony about then? Before we hear it,
Friendships fade, and I'm always in my head about shit, like there'll be somebody I haven't spoken to in a bunch, like 2-3 years, and it'll kind of, it affects me, and so that's probably what that's most about.
awesome.
I miss those relationships, and they were just fading,
And this one has a little like an upright piano outro that we kind of recorded on the fly in the studio that I think really ties the room together at the end there.
Fuck yeah.
And
This
Rick is
one-
on this
this one-
track.
This
Our-
one's a
our
little bit
synth
longer,
friend.
but kind of take a drink, take a bathroom break if you have to. We still have plenty of time left on the show. Before we listen to this, I wanted to show you. This is what I sing in our band, and I also play this.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
It's a Moog.
Yeah,
It's
very
the Moog
cool.
D-Fam, the drummer from Another Mother.
Nice.
I love it.
It's fucking cool.
So I can relate with all the synthesizers and crap like that.
Yeah, Rick has a whole like modular setup that he has like a little laboratory where he
Oh yeah.
builds all his little toys.
Here is Silent Symphony by the Phantom Eye.
Oh, and that's an 808 drum machine.
Yeah, that's full of emotion. It's one of those like whatever you draw from that, kind of like what we were talking about. Whatever you draw from that, that's what it's about. And there was certain scenarios happening in my head, and the music adds to that too. Like you don't even have to look at the lyrics really. I mean, I was looking at the lyrics, but you really don't even have to know what you're saying. The experience of what's happening with the music is what does it for me. And it's yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
You should see the video too. We actually shot it ourselves with a fucking
Yeah.
iPhone.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
The iPhone can do amazing things. It really
Yo,
can.
and Larry could do amazing things, man.
Yeah, he worked his ass off on that one, and it looks great.
How come Larry didn't join us? Damn it.
He's
And
working.
Mo and
works,
Curly.
yeah.
Where's Larry, Mo, and Curly at?
He works. He works like mid shift, like 8 to midnight or whatever.
Is he the one that always answers on the Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I talked to him, and yeah, he said.
Yeah, he does all our social
He said
media stuff.
the service is kind of spotty where he's at too. So, well,
Yeah.
he'll have to come on next time you guys come on. Next time.
Yeah, we'd love to.
You guys like Borknagar at all?
Who?
Portnagar, I don't know that. I
Bullet
don't know
for
that.
my Valentine. Is that what you said?
And y'all should check out this song by them called Voices.
Okay.
It definitely, I think y'all would like it.
Okay.
Judging by that song.
I'm writing that
Put
down
it in
right
the
now.
put it in the Zoom chat if you can. If taking
Yeah.
Sorry, what's the name of the band?
Borknagar. They are,
That sounds very hard to spell.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Borknagar.
Borknagar.
Where are they from?
Norway.
Ooh, I haven't
Sounds-
had Norway
sounds
on. Are they still together?
Oh yeah.
know them?
They're too famous for me to know.
Yeah, probably too famous for me to have on then.
Yeah, they've been around since like probably '94 or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you guys okay? Before we go into the offstage segment, I forgot to play the Jackie at the beginning, so we'll just do that now real quick. This is what I usually play right at the beginning of the last song.
Unfiltered, unexpected. We're going off stage next.
Okay, but we're gonna do it now. But I'm 13 states away from featuring all 50. Okay, and there's this chunk of states in the Northeast that for some reason I can't get. Delaware's one of them. I've done Maine twice. It's the same band twice. They were
I'm
badass.
close to Delaware. I'm in
Connecticut
Philly.
is one of them. Let me get my
Connecticut's
Connecticut.
full of bankers and Yankees fans.
Yeah, but it doesn't even have to be a band. Like it can be like I've always wanted to have a comedian on. It's anybody that's creative. I've had an illusionist on 3 times, same guy, and I've had a mentalist on the show. It's anybody that's just creative. Producers, even people that set up stages for festivals, just anything that has anything to do with creativity.
We almost
Art's
had our
awesome.
shit set on fire once at a show from an illusionist.
Like Big White
Yeah.
kind of deal.
He was fucking swinging around a chain with like a sponge on it with fire,
Oh, I've
And-
seen one of those. Yeah, those are badass.
and the
Until you-
sponge fell off on our shit.
Yeah. And he left
Oh
a
my
bunch
God.
of raw eggs all over the stage, like smashed eggs all over the stage. Like he just left.
I don't want to have him on. He sounds dangerous.
Who's embarrassed?
Yeah, he must have been. That was a weird show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Connecticut, Delaware, Vermont is one of them. Vermont, for sure. New Hampshire. The little guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you can help out with that, that'd be badass. You're
Like
closer
what?
than I am.
Not
Hey,
sure.
what do you say we talk about some weird things? I know
I
we've
love
already
weird
done that.
things.
We've done that pretty much the whole show, but it's I like to really dive deep. Now there's no right answers here, but a lot of these are would you rather, so you have to pick one.
Okay.
If you were ever put in these odd situations. And some of them are just straight up questions like this one. I'll start with this one. What's the strangest food combination that you secretly enjoy or you enjoy in the open? Anything?
Well, I'm a fat kid. But one of
You
my
look slim.
favorite
You look
things. Well, thank you. I was a little bit thicker when I was younger. But with my grandma, I used to always, if I'm like, homesick or something, I'll still eat this, but you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then you put Cheetos on it.
That doesn't sound bad because, I mean, if
It's amazing.
you have them on the side anyway,
Yeah. It's kind of a white trash, white trash delight, I guess. Redneck delight.
Gotcha. What about you, Pete?
I don't know. Is pasta and tuna weird?
That is a little strange.
I lived off that shit for years.
Is it like the canned tuna?
Yeah, man.
Tuna casserole.
Yeah.
I can't do tuna. Tuna's just
Same.
I can do canned chicken. That I can do that all day. It smells similar.
Canned chicken.
Yeah,
They make that.
they do,
never
and it's.
You can get a whole
glorious.
chicken in a can.
I don't know. I don't know
Bones
about
and
that,
shit.
but I'm not sure about that. But you know, Mark was co-hosting the night that we were talking about. Somebody brought up Doritos and cottage cheese, and cottage cheese is one of those. We were talking about this too. Cottage cheese is one of those things that just the name of it sounds awful. Like I can't stand cottage cheese. I think it's disgusting. But you know, cottage just ruins it for the entire dish. You know.
Because cheese is
You think?
awesome.
Yeah, cheese. Yeah, it's like putting cheese down. You know.
Yeah, it's dragging cheese down with this cottage. Cottageness.
I just thought I'd bring that up for some reason.
It's for those cottage core musicians.
Yeah, the cottage core. I forgot about cottage core. Yeah, cottage core.
They
I'll
have their
try
own
it
cheese.
My cat's
Doritos,
my
I'll try
cat's
anything.
meowing like a son of a bitch in the hallway. I have the door shut. He chews on wires. He's not allowed in here. Would you? How about a would you rather one? Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather have a tiny, high-pitched voice, or be completely hairless?
Probably B. I'm already halfway there.
Like, you don't just shave it just for to make you look buff.
No, I mean I shave it because it's going away, so
Oh, okay,
it looks
yeah.
better this.
That's
it
why I
makes me
shaved the
look better
sides
this
of
way.
mine because it's gray.
Yeah.
But now it's graying in the top, and I don't know what to do. You know.
Yeah.
Just for men.
Well, I don't want to be. I don't
Go
want
to
to be one of those
Turkey.
guys. You know.
Go to Turkey, get some hair plugs, man.
I mean, I've always needed a sponsor for the show. I could just start doing Rogaine, you know, or just for men, or maybe is Rogaine even still out? I haven't heard anything about it. It's like
sure it's
Wrigley's
still
gum.
around.
You don't hear anything about it anymore. You know.
Remember Hair Club for Men?
What is it?
Hair Club for Men?
Oh yeah, Hair Club. I think it's still around. The club. Yeah, you got to be in the club.
And there's other ones that, you know.
I'm also a client.
Yeah.
I'm in the. I do the Harry's shaving stuff.
Pete's got all the hair on lock in our band. All
But
the
then
hair
I
locked
then I
down.
realized I could get it at Target, so I just quit getting it through Harry's. You know, but it's still Harry's. Okay. I can't do the Dick's question yet. We'll save that one. Yeah, everybody gets that question. Okay, do the ice cream question, Mark.
All right. Would you rather eat ice cream that tastes like shit but is just ice cream? Or would you rather eat shit that is actual shit but tastes like ice cream?
Yeah. This one might top the Dick's question, but I don't know yet. I don't think not yet.
I can't believe I might eat the shit. I may eat the shit.
Yeah.
You're going with the ice cream flavored shit?
No, I'm going with the actual shit that tastes like ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. So the shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna go with the ice cream flavored shit.
It's a
Wait,
toss
no.
up for me. I can't.
Shit flavored ice cream.
I'm still on the fence with this one. As I love ice cream, so like I can't. But if it's
I've
chocolate,
been
it
in
doesn't
food
matter.
service. I've been in food service my whole life. And
Yeah.
I just couldn't fathom eating shit, even if it tasted like ice cream. I would
Same.
rather taste something bad because the
It's still
germs.
food safe. It's
I'm a
still
little
food grade,
germaphobe.
right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah. The shit is not food grade, even if it tastes good.
It's like
Yeah,
that chick,
it's
The
you're
ice
gonna
cream
get
is food grade.
you're
that
gonna
chick
get
on
Hep
Twitter.
A or Hep B or whatever.
Yeah.
This chick on Twitter, it went viral. This was a couple years ago, but she was saying how she couldn't believe how good what was it like medium chicken was. Like she's gonna start cooking her chicken to medium from now on. Everybody's like, that's disgusting. You know, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that.
Medium chicken?
Yeah, like like medium well
No,
chicken. No,
no.
it has to be all the way done.
Yeah, man.
165.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think pork can pass for 145, but you let it rest.
Yeah, you want to
It's-
smoke that shit to 200 though, where I come from.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't want to cook it to death, but yeah.
I smoked the shit out of it for like 8 hours.
How about an instrument question?
Yeah.
Would you rather your instrument could only play polka music, or every time you sang, you sounded like a cat meowing, like my cat does in the hallway right now?
I'm going with cat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can't be fucking up the instrument. You know.
Yeah, I would like to learn how to play accordion though, because that is the instrument that can only play
I hear
polka,
it's
right?
heavy. It's heavy though.
Yeah,
heavy thing. You can't really. Can you sit down and play those?
I'm sure where there's a will, there's a way.
Of course,
And-
yeah. I've
Well,
seen.
usually you have it killed on too. So if you sit down, they see everything, right? I had to be okay. You know Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the university. Okay, I was in the Mountaineer Marching Band at West Virginia University when I was there,
What'd you play?
and I played trombone.
Oh no way! I played
Awesome.
trombone in middle school.
Nice.
My buddy Dave was
Boners.
We were
Boners unite.
We were 1 and 2 chair in our middle school band.
Nice. So we played an away game at Notre Dame. Of course, our football team got beat, but we suck anyway. We still suck. But we played at Notre Dame, and we played. We did halftime with Notre Dame's trombone section, and we played 99 trombones, and it was badass. But the one thing that wasn't badass was they wear kilts, and they wear them traditionally,
Oh shit.
and they high step when they march. And I was right there. 'Cause I had to be. I was forced into the situation, and I will never. I hated them. I hated everything about Notre Dame and Pitt. Pitt's worse, but yeah. Okay, I'll get away from that now.
So you got Louis C.K.'d by the Notre Dame marching band?
A lot of nuts.
Yeah, there was a lot of nuts. It was It was disturbing. It shouldn't be allowed. I need to speak to the manager. Okay, we get away from it. Okay. Would you rather have perfect pitch, but no sense of rhythm, or the other way around? Perfect rhythm, but no sense of pitch. This is a tough one, I think.
I think I already have the second one. Not perfect rhythm, but good rhythm. And
I don't think anybody really has perfect rhythm, do they?
yeah,
Unless you're playing with a
Take
metronome.
pitch. I'll take pitch because I could always listen to a metronome and follow that. Can
What
I
if
do
you couldn't, though? What if you couldn't?
Oh, then shit. God damn it.
Yeah, so I had to put that out there.
Can
Keep in
always
mind the
use the
next
auto-tune.
question's coming up, so.
All right. Pitch.
Mark, did you answer this one ever? I can't remember if you did. You've answered several of them.
No,
Which
I
one did you
think
do?
I would rather have. Oh, I think I'd rather have rhythm,
Okay.
and I could still dance. You know, I've always wanted.
Can
to
you
be a
show us some
dancer.
moves right now? There you go. That's right.
nice.
That's right. Do you have any
Madonna.
questions, Mark? Did you come up with any more since?
No, mine's. I just have the shit one.
That's the best one to have. Oh, there was some in the chat that I wanted to get to before I forget. Okay. And one of them was really good. Well, a couple of them were really good. Matt Murphy, I believe this is the dick question, Matt Murphy. I believe that's the guy that came up with the dick question. I believe that's him. He says, what is
like him.
Rob's stance on Red Robin, the fast casual restaurant chain?
I love the unlimited fries.
Is
Love
this a
the
serious
unlimited
question
fries.
then?
Yeah, I love the seasoning. I think Matt used to work with them.
I've never been to Red Robin. Red Robin.
And
Yum.
it's always been a pleasant experience, with their
Gotcha.
wait staff and
I'm an
whatever,
Applebee's person. I like Applebee's.
Oh yeah,
I love Applebee's.
I actually had a Red Robin burger a couple weeks ago. Me and my girlfriend Val went camping.
You ever been to
and
California?
I
Or
have,
anywhere?
yeah.
Have you been to In-N-Out Burger?
I have, yeah.
They're not all they're chalked up to be, I don't think. I wasn't amazed.
I was into it. I mean, I'll pretty much eat any cheeseburger you put in front of me. But
Really?
Yeah.
Will
I don't
you
really
eat an
discriminate.
Impossible Burger? Impossible?
Yeah, sure. I've had a couple of those.
Do they taste like they're supposed to taste, but impossible?
I mean, they're
Pretty
good
close.
if you. It's pretty close, yeah. Especially if it's like a smash burger, because you really just want that kind of
I just
crispy,
eat
you know.
meat. Meat is fine.
Yeah.
I like In-N-Out. We have
I do
one
too.
about 2 blocks from my house.
I was going to
Oh,
say that I
nice.
think they expanded. They're not just in California anymore.
Yeah, I had them out in Phoenix, and it's kind of nostalgic for me to eat at them. But Texas has this other place called Pete Terry's, which is a ripoff of In-N-Out.
Gotcha.
Do they
But
know
it's
this?
but it's Texan. So everybody's like, no, we don't go to In-N-Out, we go to Pete Terry's.
They-
And I'm like, come on, man, it's just not as good.
I don't want
They don't have the whole slice of onion on it or anything.
hmm
No,
I like it now because it's so simple. It's like there's no
Right.
bullshit to it. It's just like we got burgers and fries and milkshakes. Like
like
that's all we
McDonald's.
got. McDonald's has they used to have salads and like breakfast.
They have
and-
chicken finger.
That's what I'm saying. Like
chicken
McDonald's has way
something
too
now,
much
yeah.
shit going on, but In-N-Out's just like we have 3 things. Pick them,
But
take 'em or
Wendy's
leave 'em.
has baked potatoes. Damn it!
Do they still?
Oh, and chili, but it's the burger that's left over from the day before. I think
Mm.
it's in
It
chili.
is, yeah.
That Thin Mint Frosty was pretty banging.
Same with Waffle House.
It's delicious.
Bert's chili is the burgers left over.
It's delicious though. We eat it all the
I love
time, and
Waffle
we
House.
don't think of that. It's
I have a Waffle
it's
House
what's-
poster right there, actually.
It's like what's inside of hot dogs. It's the same thing that's inside of a Philly blunt. You just don't want to smoke it. So
Lips and assholes.
What? Yes,
Lips and
there's
assholes.
beaks. There's beaks. All kinds of
Beak.
things in there.
We'll
Beaks,
fry the beak. We'll
hairs.
fry anything.
Yeah, we'll fry anything. Put it on a stick. Okay, this question is for Rob. Surprise. Okay. What's the deal with airline food?
I haven't had any in a while.
What is going on with these questions?
That sounds like a Seinfeld question.
It
Yeah.
is.
Totally
Yeah,
is.
what's the deal with airline food?
I mean, come on.
Rob, didn't you get it? Oh no, I already read the scarf one. Let's see. Okay, the question is not for is for not Rob. Is for not. How cool is Rob? And scale of 1 to 3 to 11. 311. That was a good one.
Nice.
What's FMK?
Is amber the color of his energy?
I
Always.
don't. Not right now. It's not. No, just later. It is. You got to be like in a dream state or some shit. Listen to Phantom Eye, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
Then your
It'll help.
energy will definitely be amber.
David says FMK. What does that mean? FMK. Hank 1 2 3 question mark. Is this code?
One
this-
and
no.
three. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 for sure. Hank
Okay.
1 and 3.
All right. Oh, we're back to Hank again. Hank 1 and 3 were found dead in their car. Is that where we're at?
No,
Same
Hank 1
car.
just died in the car.
I'm
Hank
just-
3 survived it.
No, nobody survives that. All right, dicks. You guys ready to talk about dicks? Come on.
Love talking about
Come on.
dicks.
Would you rather have dicks for fingers or never be able to taste anything ever again?
Do I also have my dick with my fingers? Or is it
Yes. Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah, I'll take dick for fingers, no
Me
problem.
too. It's like everything everywhere all at once with the hot dog fingers. The hot dog finger universe.
Now you got to think of this though. You guys are both, you guys work with your hands with your instruments. What if they're floppy? What are you gonna do?
That
then?
would make playing guitar harder for sure. I can
But-
still play piano, I think.
I got a solution for you though.
Well,
If that's the case, and they're just floppy.
and
all the time-
Viagra.
Well, that would work also. But if you're younger, I guess you could eat Cheetos, and when you get the Cheeto dust and you lick your fingers when you're done, aroused. You know what I mean? You're welcome.
Smart. That's smart.
Thank you. All right, we'll close up the offstage thing. Believe it or not, I that segment used to be called the Wiener segment. Believe it or not. Seriously, it did. I had a song. The opening of it was my dad singing the Weenie Man song because he sang it to me and my sister growing up. It's a legit song that he learned in 4-H. He says, probably Boy
4-H.
Scouts. Yeah. So, but it was just all about hot dogs. Like, what do you like on your hot dogs, and where's a good place to get a hot dog in Brooklyn? Pretty much everywhere, right? Any cart around town, or is there carts you avoid?
I mean, there's Nathan's in Coney Island. That's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
hot dog.
That's the original one, too.
Yeah.
That Joey Chestnut kid that
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
know him. He
Yep.
he came to West Virginia, actually Fairmont, just north of here, and Fairmont is the official home of the pepperoni roll. And a pepperoni roll, you can't get them out of state because I don't know why they're not that. It's pepperoni inside of a roll. I mean, it's not that difficult, and some of them have cheese.
So it's like
some of them have sauce.
It's like a yeast roll with pepperoni. I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this.
yeah. Like a not really a dinner roll, but like it's like Italian bread, but made into a roll. Yes.
Okay.
And then some of them are softer, like some of them have the hard crust. There's several bakeries around here that make them and distribute them. You can get them to any gas station. I'll have to send you some up. That's what I'll do. I'll send you some up, and I'll send you some other things. You can try them out.
Please.
But,
Oh, yeah,
but they
definitely
had a
over the pepperoni
pepperoni roll eating contest at one of the festivals, and Joey won. That bastard.
Nice.
They brought somebody in from out of state to win.
The
We don't
ringer.
want-
We
We don't
brought
need
in
that.
the
We don't
champ.
need him. Yeah, we don't need him for anything, you know.
I think
But
he's
they did
retired
it.
now, though.
They did it. It's a fundraiser, you know. They did it for charity and
Saw,
Yeah.
to bring.
saw that guy eat 36 Big Macs one time.
That's
That
just
is insane.
disgusting. You remember when they had that True Life on when MTV was actually worth watching? They had that True Life and they would do different topics about things. They did the professional eaters, and that Asian kid was on there, which I guess is
I remember seeing that.
You remember seeing that, and they would show how they trained leading up to like a eating thing, and a lot of it was like a shit ton of salad because it expands your stomach. But like that Asian dude would sit there and eat a huge like serving bowl full of like salad.
I remember seeing like he had like shaved ice that was like this tall, and we put like spicy shit on it, like cover it in like hot sauce.
It's nuts. It's nuts how they train to do. But professional eaters, and they're not huge either. Like they're actually like
they're like athletes.
Out.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Molly Schuler? She's tiny. And she'll put down, she'll go to like these pizza places where they have like come get the 50-inch pizza, and she'll eat the whole
free
thing.
When you eat it all. Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah,
there's a
weighs
place
like
in
110 pounds.
Place in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, that it's like something the Food Network went to or something, and you can't ever get in because the line's always all the way around the block. But there's this massive, I think it's maybe a burger or something, that if you eat it all, you get up on the wall and the shirt and shit. But people will line up around the block every day to do this shit. And it's like, but if you don't eat it, it's like $100, for that freaking sandwich.
Damn.
I watch Beard Meets Food. That guy is fucking awesome.
I've heard of that. I haven't watched TV in like 3 years.
Oh no, he's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, that's even better. I definitely watch that kind of TV. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good quality TV. I don't have to watch commercials ever. As soon as that premium shit came out, I was like, I'll take it. I can't stand watching ads. I cannot stand that. Okay. Well, thank you all for chatting.
Thanks for having us, man.
I like to have a chat in there, so I have something go up, especially when it's your friends, and they're making fun of you in the chat. That's the best. Yeah. That's awesome. So thank you. Make sure. Okay, so everybody that chatted tonight should hit subscribe because I'm very close to 700. Everything's a milestone on the show. I get the. It's episode 340. That's a milestone. Every show is a milestone, really. It just keeps going and going, and this is the 5th year. July 27th will be 5 years of the show. It's crazy.
Congratulations, man. That's incredible.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. We're going to do some special stuff this year. The 27th, it's actually like a Wednesday or something. So we're doing a show, or no, is it a Sunday? I can't remember. Anyway, whatever day it is, there's 2 bands that kind of stood out to me this past year, like in the recent, like beginning of this year, end of last year. They kind of stood out to me. They're younger guys, and they're doing what it takes to get to the next level, and they're doing it now. Like I'm keeping track with what they're doing. One of them hadn't even played a show yet, and now they're playing shows out the ass. They're traveling all over the United States to play. They're getting asked from everywhere to come and play, and they're going. And so I'm having 2 bands on. It'll be the second time I've done this. I call it the 2-band banger. So this will be the second one, and it'll be on the anniversary of the show. From Omaha, Nebraska, it'll be Public Figure, and great group of guys. We had a great show, and Arcwave from Fort Collins, Colorado. They're also going to be on, and they don't know each other. They might have started following each other, but they don't. But they'll be able to talk to each other and maybe compare, what they're doing, and maybe help each other out. Maybe go on tour together, even. But I just kind of I wanted to, and I'm not excluding anybody. I'm not saying they're better than anybody that I've had on. It's just those are the 2 that kind of stood out to. These guys are going to get to a level at some point. Maybe they won't make it all the way to the top, but they're doing what it takes. They're active on social media. They're engaged. They engage a lot with the audience, and they're doing it. It's perfect. Basically, it's perfect. It's what you're supposed to do, and it takes a lot of time. You guys know that it takes a lot of time to promote yourself. Mm-hmm. I even know just doing this show, it takes a lot of time. Hit subscribe, hit like. I hate even saying that because it's not all about that for me. It gets me to a certain point. Yeah, but it's meeting you guys. That's what I get out of it. I get to meet you guys. I get to meet Mark. Me and Mark get to hang out. Yeah, he's Claire in Texas, but we'll hang out at some point. I'll hang out with Phantom Eye. I'll see you guys soon, I'm sure. You guys, is there a chance that you guys could get on the road with this stuff, or is it just too hard with family and things?
Yeah, we're looking at doing some like weekend stuff, kind of in the region. We're trying to set up like a Philly, New York, little weekend in the fall.
I could get to Philly.
Yeah, that's actually where I live.
Nice.
Used to be living in Brooklyn. Actually, Pete lives in Queens, so it's funny that and so does Larry. So none of us actually live in Brooklyn. That's just where our studio space is.
We'll have to have Mark fly up from Austin, fly into Pittsburgh. I'll pick you up, and then we'll drive to Philly. We'll make a weekend out of it, and we'll hang with Phantom Eye.
Please.
Hell yeah. And check out our videos. You know, we got videos for every song. They're psychedelic. We got lots of friends that helped us make them. We got some live stuff, live videos. We had our new EPs, Somatic Waves, just came out like 3 months. I think today's a 3-month anniversary.
Yeah.
So we're stoked about that. So, you know, follow us on Spotify, Apple, Instagram, whatever.
We've got
Thank
some
you
rad
for-
shirts.
with
Thank you for including Apple in that. Like, people always just plug Spotify, and especially on
Yeah.
link trees and shit. I go to people's link tree to go get the music to hear it. There's no,
Yeah.
and I don't use Spotify. I use Apple Music. There's no link
Yeah.
there, and it's like, so I go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You know,
We try to be inclusive with that. And we also have, you know, some t-shirts and stuff on our
Handmade
Bandcamp.
tie-dye.
Yeah. I made some
Bandmade
tie-dye stuff.
tie-dye.
Yeah. Me and Valen made some tie-dye
send
shirts.
me the link to
and-
that
Nice.
that stuff, and I will put it in the
Sure.
description so people can find it.
Of course.
And
Yeah,
me also,
absolutely.
I will get some things. I
Yeah.
have some unique merchandise. I sent you guys a coupon for Sticker Mule in the one of the emails. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
all my stuff from Sticker Mule. The wall graphic. I got a some kind of special vinyl graphic that for the back of my truck. I have a floor graphic coming into the studio here. This is the newest sticker. It's the same as the one back there, only this one's red.
Don't forget
You
the hot
guys have
sauce.
tattoos. Oh yeah. I sent I sent Mark some stuff and sent him some hot
Nice.
sauce. Do you guys have tattoos?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple. Yeah.
Okay, well these are temporary ones that I'll send down to you in case if
Nice.
you're on the fence about getting the Cute Mania Live tattoo. People love them as tramp stamps. Yes, and keychains. He's got
Nice.
a keychain. Also, yes, I need to make another order of these, but I'll send you guys some keychains.
Those are cool.
Cool.
They make everything there. I got a whole stack of t-shirts that they've made, and they're very comfortable. They're tagless, which is important.
Nice.
Stand to have a tag back there. I really can't.
Yeah.
man.
I'm with you.
But the hot sauce, and you can actually they'll make a white label hot sauce, so you can put your band logo on there and sell it as yours.
Nice.
And they have a shop on there, and anything that any of this stuff, anybody in the chat, if you're interested in getting anything Acute Mania Live, there's a shop on Sticker Mule. It's in the description. You can go and get yourself something. Get yourself a keychain, or a temporary tattoo, or I don't know. There's plenty of things on there. Plenty of crap.
Well, Scott,
on there.
Thanks for having us, man. Really
Yes.
appreciate you inviting us
You too.
on
Thank
and
you so
chatting with us.
much.
And Mark, thanks for joining us and chatting. It was
Yeah,
great
it was
hanging
great
with
meeting you guys.
It was great.
Yeah,
meeting you
likewise.
guys.
Come back. Please come back and bring the other guys
Love
with
to.
you. Let's do it on a time when they can be on with you. I don't like leaving people out.
We'd love to.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Hey, playing us out of the show is a band I had on the very first time I was on YouTube on episode 40, so 300 episodes ago. This band was on. They're from New York. They're from Mohawk. Mohawk is a little town that's next to where they live, but it's like this central area, Albany area, something like that. I can't
Gotcha.
remember right away. But they're called Atticus Finch. The song's called Crashed and Burnt. And I need to talk to them. I haven't talked to them in a long time, but very good guys. But yeah, thanks very much, Phantom Eye, for being on the show. It's very nice talking to you about dicks, about everything.
More dicks.
More dicks. All I can think of is dicks. I don't know what else we talked about. Honestly, I'd have to go back and listen. And thank you all for chatting. Here is Atticus Finch with Crashed and Burnt. Oh, by the way, Mark is the next guest. Mark is the next guest on the show. I'll wipe the Phantom Eye off after we enjoy it for like 5 seconds, and then I will put Like Sorrow. Mark's project Like Sorrow will be on next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
Join us then. We'll see you. Have a good one.
Later, y'all.
fire escape.